What's good? Welcome back to my channel, Chrissy Talks. Y'all call me Chrissy, Nique, and King. Let's talk about it. So the other day, Nique posted on her personal channel, Life as Nique, a reaction video to her ex, King Kaiser's documentary that he posted the other week. And so this documentary basically explains his side of the story. So we're just gonna talk about her reactions as she fill in the gaps of things that he fails to mention in his video. Which I'm not surprised. You know, someone cheats, they don't want to look as bad as they already do, and they kind of keep certain things to themselves. You know, try to be a little liar, try to be a little deceitful, a little, you know what I'm saying? We ain't finna do that because there's always more to their story. So let's talk about Nique's video. So we're gonna fast forward and talk about the part where he confirms that he cheated in his documentary and what Nique had to say in response to that.
I actually cheated. You know what I'm saying? I cheated.
He's
my
sweet.
Decision.
Yeah, in our relationship, around the time when things did go wrong, he did cheat on me. You know, you have someone on a leash, you never give them enough time to hang themselves or enough rope to hang themselves.
I felt like a leash was on me at one point of like I couldn't do certain things no more, and it was just like taking a toll on the relationships.
Mama used to always tell me, you can't keep holding people with a short rope. You got to give them enough rope to hold, to hang themselves. The years that we were together, I was so on him and so on him and so on him that I realized that I was kind of suffocating him, and that was one of the things that was making him very unhappy. You know, one of the times where it's like, Nique, he ain't did nothing, you know, just let him go. He wanted to go out of town one time, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just let him be free. I trust him. And it was kind of like a slap in the face because, you know, as soon as you let your guard down and somebody break that trust, it took a lot out of you to trust a person, and then as soon as you trust them, like they kind of do some shit and you be like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I was just starting to trust you down.
So at this part, Nique says that she suffocated King, that she had him on a leash. Now here's the weird thing about this. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but the way that she said it, it sounded like she had him on a leash and she was suffocating him before he cheated.
The years that we were together, I was so on him.
Or before she had any knowledge of him cheating. Because, you know, we don't know when he started to really cheat on her for real. My thing is, if you feel like you have to put your partner on a leash or always look over their shoulder and constantly look through their phone, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship anyway. If you feel like you have to, or you feel like they're giving you a reason to behave that way, then it just ain't it. We're in a relationship, you already know, or you should know what I wouldn't want you to do and so forth. We already know what cheating is, what it looks like physically, emotionally, romantically. We know what cheating is. We know what our partner doesn't want us to do. So you can go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want. If that happens to be eating someone else's ass in our bedroom, okay, cool. We breaking up though, but I'm not finna stress myself out and constantly be on my man's dick or my woman's ass and suffocate them. It shouldn't have to be like that. Now she continues on to say that when she found out he was cheating, he told her that it was just a mistake, and at this point, this was probably the first time she found out or the first time he cheated, and at that point she still wanted to be together. She still wanted to be a family.
He was like, you know, it's a mistake. It was a lot of crying. It was a lot of long nights. It was a lot of sad nights. It was a lot of me going to my parents' house. It was a lot. It was a lot. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I said, you know, I want to do this for my family. I want us to be together. People make mistakes. I feel like nobody really makes the same mistake twice. I believe in people making mistakes. I believe in people having problems in their relationship. I just don't believe in doing it more than once.
She does say that it's not a mistake if it happens more than once, and throughout the video she says multiple times that this isn't the first time that he cheated. Now I understand her trying again because there's a lot going on in their relationship. They have a family, they have a platform, they work together, they've been together for years, they're high school sweethearts. So I understand it's like, okay, it's the first time, you know, it's a mistake, whatever, you're unhappy, we could get over this, let's try again. Of course it becomes a different story once she finds out that he is still cheating and doing shit that he's not supposed to do.
He would do a little stuff, but the cheating just became repetitive. Me catching him texting girls, then me catching him trying to talk to girls, or try to communicate with girls, or try to talk to girls through his friends and stuff like that. I feel like he was so unhappy. He did it, and then once I forgave him, it was kind of like a, oh shit, she forgave me. Let me see what else I could do. And that's what I couldn't. That was the weight. It wasn't just like a, man, I did it one time, I'm perfect, she can't get over it. It was like a, man, I did it this one time, But all the other stuff I did, it wasn't that bad. You get what I'm saying?
Now, people do say once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't know if this is always the case. Like, you know, maybe the 90th percentile. But for me, if you gotta pick between me and another shorty, go pick that other shorty. I will never justify cheating ever, and I feel like it's so hard to look past that from your partner, because you're just thinking like, damn, you was really touching on somebody else's body. You just kind of feel violated, like not just your body physically, but emotionally violated. But due to the fact that they're just talking so much about them both being unhappy, I can understand. I mean, at the same time, Nique does say that she wishes that he said something before and not after.
He started to tell me he was unhappy. He had never told me he was unhappy until after he cheated. And then once I caught him cheating, he was like everything just started all of a sudden coming out. And I'm like, damn, I never knew you felt this way. I wish you would have told me this before you cheated, because then I would have looked at it a different way. Now I'm looking at it as like, nigga, this is just your excuse because you got caught, because you was never going to tell me. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about the situation where he's talking about we had a conversation.
I get that some people will be in a situation where they're unhappy, but they still love the person and it kind of fucks them up, and they seek some physical or emotional comfort for somebody else. You know, I can understand that to a certain extent, because at that point, just trying to do something outside of all this energy that you have going on with this person that ultimately you still love.
Now where we go from here? Now we just in the house. We don't want to let go of each other, obviously. Fussing and arguing and not seeing eye to eye, you know what I'm saying? She go out of town again, I go out of town again, you know what I'm saying? Just feeling this emptiness and loneliness, and we not talking to each other, and every time we do talk to each other, it's an argument. It starts to, it's mentally hurting me.
At the same time, it doesn't even sound like he attempted to really talk to his girlfriend about how he was feeling.
I hide all my feelings from everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to, with the people that's around me now helping me, I'm just starting to open up and say certain things and say how I feel. I'm just starting to learn. I'm just learning. If somebody asks you, are you okay? I'm just learning to say, no, I'm not okay.
I mean, cheating is cheating. It doesn't fucking matter. But it's a whole other story if you actually try to do something about whatever you're unhappy with in the relationship before you just feel like you have to go out and cheat. Cheating is just something I will never, ever understand, because you can easily just leave the relationship. And some people will try to be like, oh, well, they're both young, just a young man, whatever the fuck. It's like, you don't even gotta cheat. You can simply just leave. But again, you know, she's still catching him cheating. She's still catching him texting, flirting with other girls, trying to hang out with other girls, doing all this shit that you're not supposed to do in a relationship. And so she says that it turns from his cheating being a mistake to, okay, well, now it's your fault.
Another problem in our relationship, with him saying that like conversations behind closed doors after he cheated. At first it was like, I cheated, I don't know why I cheated, that was the biggest mistake of my life. When I wasn't taking that, it became, I cheated because of you're not a good girlfriend, or you this, you that, you don't cook enough, you don't clean enough, you don't cater to me enough. That's what it became. You don't do this enough, you don't clean enough, you're not a good girlfriend, you don't do this enough, why do I have to tell you to do this all the time, and da 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 da.
Men are notorious for trying to flip the switch and blame it on you. So it goes from this was a mistake to, well, you're not a good girlfriend, I'm not happy, you don't do A, B, C, D. And I'm so tired of men saying what a woman should do. This is what a girlfriend should act like. Y'all need to cook, clean, don't do enough of this, you need to do this. It's different when it's like, okay, you're my girl and here's what I would like you to do to cater to how I feel. Like, maybe you could be more open with me going out more, or you know, maybe you could have more conversations about how I feel, or whatever the case. But to say that you're just not a good girlfriend and you don't cook, you don't clean, and then be aggravated with everything your girlfriend does.
Like every little thing I would do, it would just make him mad, or he just didn't like it. It just got to the point where I felt like he hated me and everything about me. So we had came to the conclusion where it was like, you know, let's just break up if that's what it is.
I understand how that feels, okay? Especially in school. Like, there might be that one student in the class and they could just breathe, and you're like,
this bitch is so annoying, I'm about to kick her ass.
so knowing how that feels, it has to be a whole other story when you feel that about your partner, or you're on the receiving end and you're getting that energy from your partner. But again, like Nique said, if you were unhappy in the relationship, why don't you say something before you cheat and not after? Childish. Tragic. Because it's like you're in a relationship, and here's why I'm not in a relationship. Not just because people don't want me, okay? But I know that there's things that I have on my plate that I'd have to sacrifice if I'm with somebody else. I'm gonna have to share my time, my energy, my emotions, and sacrifice a lot to be with that other person. But for you to be in a relationship, you guys have a child together, like, it's just like talk. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to have a conversation. It sounds like you didn't even try to make an attempt to demolish whatever he was going through in that relationship. Like, you just went ahead and cheat. And as she said, that just changes the whole narrative. Just talking about it and just hearing her talk about it, it just sounds like it was such a toxic relationship. Like, I'm just thinking about the vibes and energy. Y'all call these people y'all couple goals, and these are the exact reminders of why I ain't in no relationship. Then Nique addresses the whole Carmen and Corey situation.
Did you cheat with Carmen? Did I cheat with Carmen? No. No, I did not cheat with Carmen. It was a rumor, miscommunication.
It was a rumor that he started. If it is a rumor, I still will never know the truth. At the time, I feel like it was unnecessary. Like, if you're my boyfriend, why would you make up something about somebody that's so close to me?
So basically, we know at this point that King lied about being with Carmen, and overall that whole situation was just weird. Nique says it was just unnecessary, and it was a rumor that he started.
He speaks about having his reasons on making the rumor about Carmen. After all this stuff had went on, he's telling me that he doesn't want to be with me, all this type of stuff. I grew closer to Carmen, and then I guess he felt that I was with Carmen every day, so he was making the rumor up so that way he could get close to somebody and figure out what I was doing, because I obviously was telling Carmen because I was close to her, which is nuts.
There's a lot of things that King can't really justify, from the cheating to this whole Carmen and Corey scandal. There's just no justification or no reason for him to have gone out and said, I was with your best friend Carmen. And then Nique talks about how she felt alone in the situation, and she felt that King as her boyfriend should have been there for her.
The relationship probably just wasn't worth saving, because I feel like regardless of the fact of we arguing, if two people are against me and I'm feeling all alone because of some shit that you started, you just disappear, you know what I mean? I feel like that's just wrong.
It's one thing for him to be there for you and to not have left you alone in that situation, but it's another thing for him to not start that whole situation to begin with. There's just certain situations that your partner should not put you in at all. Would it have been better for him to defend Nique and be there with Nique? Yes, but at the end of the day, you're the whole reason why that started. You planted the whole seed to grow this fucked up tree. Now, she does address the tweet that she put out when she found out about this whole Carmen and King rumor. The tweet's been deleted, but in that tweet she did say, supposedly Carmen and King fucked. Watch the fucking company you keep, these bitches snakes. Now, King does say in the documentary that they were in the same house and that he felt humiliated, but Nique does say that she came to him before she even tweeted it to give him a chance to speak on the situation.
Pause. Let's listen.
About with this person. And I'm like, you know, to me, I'm like, when we started doing this, you know what I'm saying? We was actually in the house with each other.
We were in the house when I made that tweet. Instead of him coming and trying to explain, he ran away from the situation. He ignored my calls. When he got home, he ignored me as if though I did something wrong to him. I came to him and I said, I'm finna tweet something that I'm never gonna be able to come back from. But I need to know. I need to know the real story. I need to hear you talk now. Before I tweet this tweet, I'm begging you. I said to him and I said, I'm begging you, tell me what's going on. And he like, no, I don't care. I don't care. I did what I did.
I don't know. It's like I didn't know much about Nique and King, let alone King, before making a video on them the other day. So I didn't want to jump into any conclusions, but it just seems like King is really trying to play victim. And I did notice some people in the comments saying, oh, well, this is just a publicity stunt, like his documentary. He's just trying to gain some sympathy. Now, I ain't gonna lie. There was some instances in the documentary where the person's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Where did it all go wrong? I cheated. it all went wrong when I cheated. I just feel like when people take accountability, they need to take accountability on all sides. So it's like, yeah, you can say that you cheated, yeah, you can say that you lied about this whole Carmen situation, but don't talk about how you felt humiliated and how you felt a type of way that she posted this tweet. And in reality, according to her, she came up to you and was like, I need you to let me know what's going on, or I want to go take this to the internet. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't do no good to go on the internet, but people be detectives, okay, for free. People be a part of the FBI finding out shit. Someone might know information, so it's like at the same time, when you're dealing with this guy who's not giving you an inch of anything, and is not trying to tell you the full story, sometimes you will find it out from somebody else. She told him directly she was unhappy, and he was like, well, break up with me then.
I'm not happy, help me. Let's help our relationship. I want to try. I'm not happy. Like, I was just crying to him saying, I'm not happy, I'm not happy. And he was like, well, if you're not happy, break up with me then, because I don't want to be with nobody who ain't happy.
Listen, if you telling me to break up with you, you only gotta tell me once, okay? You ain't gotta tell me thrice or twice. Again, that's just me, and of course, it's a totally different situation when you've been with that person for years. You guys have this whole platform. You guys have a child and a home. But at the same time, again, like, if you're telling me to break up with you, that's all you gotta tell me. But listening to this whole thing, it just sounded like towards the end of their relationship, it was just a waiting game for somebody to make the first move. So at the end of the day, I mean, I know some people still miss them and they still want them to be a couple and all that crap, but it's like, I feel like they're just better off, especially Nique, being away from this relationship and moving on. Now, towards the end of this video, she addresses his new girlfriend.
I have really no words for him and his relationship, y'all. People move on, and I'm down for whatever makes him happy, if that's making him happy. I hope he surrounds himself with nothing but genuine women, people that's gonna be there for him, not just for media. I've known about the girl because it was one of the girls that he was actually talking to. We had a whole argument about the girl and how he, you know, it was kind of one of those situations where it's like, you don't have to worry about her, she's only doing my hair, it's nothing like that, see, you so insecure, da 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 da.
Now, what makes this so fucked up is that this girl is one of the girls he told her not to worry about. Now listen, if you in a relationship and you already got trust issues with your partner, if he tells you there's this girl that you shouldn't worry about,
run.
Run, sis, because in my last video we talked about the timeline. It just doesn't add up because she did his hair back in August. This was just 3 months ago. We know that they were having problems for the past 4 to 6 months. So knowing that this girl is with him now and that she was doing his hair months ago, this is why supporters were concluding that she was one of the girls he cheated on Nique with, because the timeline wouldn't have been adding up. This is why some people felt like, oh, he moved on quick. Like, this girl didn't just pop out the blue. This girl has been here. And I want to mention, in terms of her saying, oh, she hopes that he finds a genuine woman and someone who's just not using him or whatever. I feel like that was a little shade. Okay, and I did say in my last video I felt like she was a little bit of a clout chaser. Okay, but that's for him to find out, I guess. But overall, she says that she's proud of him, she liked the documentary, and that she wishes him the best because, I mean, what else are you gonna do? You gonna wish your ex the worst? Like, it takes way much more energy to hate someone and wish them the worst than it does to wish them the best. And at the end of the day, the love is always gonna be there, you know? So that's just how you gotta leave it. And honestly, like I said before, I'm glad they're both out of that toxic situation and hope that they actually heal and move on. But that's it in my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down what you guys think below. Do you guys think that this documentary was a publicity stunt, or he was using it for some type of sympathy? What do you guys think about how King handled him being unhappy in the relationship? What do you guys think about King telling Nique not to worry about the girl that he's currently with? Comment down what you guys think below. Find me on Instagram and on Snapchat at h.christy, 2 S's, 2 Y's. I love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.
She the god, she the god, she the god.